Zero Racing arrives at the historic Indianapolis Motor Speedway for Round 7 of the Weekday Championship. Perhaps a surprise to no one, the number 2 Mercedes of championship leader Jason Monds is on the pole position. Monds leading the championship by over 70 points at this point, and the time to actually resist his power is coming to a close, I think. Joining him on the front row, all Mercedes, the number 3 car, Martin Lauer. Alessio Bonis is third in the number 48 Audi. They are the primary contenders to try to chase him down. Rick Martel in the number 84 Mercedes starts from P4. P5, the number 31 BMW of Wesley Stokes, top BMW in the field. And the last of the Mercedes is the number 34 of Quintus Gillespie. You saw Mike Mark in the pits. He will start from P8. P9 will be Michael Magasevich in the Audi. P10, Dule Markovic. And P11, or P9, P10, probably P7 was... move everyone up a spot. I kind of screwed that up. All right. Let's get rolling. This, of course, is the Formula One Grand Prix version of Indianapolis. Martin Lauer with a fantastic start. He looks like he might have the edge on the inside. Things are clean so far heading into corner 1, which has been a bit of a disaster area historically. Lauer indeed does take the lead into corner 1. Jason Monds slots in second. 1-2 for Mercedes. Mercedes, of course, coming off a dominant in Mid-Ohio run where they took the top 4 positions at all races. Martin Lauer with the double victory. Third place belongs to Wesley Stokes. Alessio Bonis is down to 4th. Mike Mark is in 5th. 6th for Rick Martel, who has slipped back. Quintus Gillespie, Mark Klabzul, Mike Magasevich, and Dule Markovic, who's had a problem and is regaining the track, is at the back of the pack. Looks like Magasevich also is knocked off the back, so maybe a problem there as well. Lauer still with the lead from his Mercedes teammate, and then the BMW of Wes Stokes, who had a fantastic start. Great first lap for him, up to 3rd already. And then it's Bonis and Mike Mark rounding off the top 5. Monds is already putting the pressure on his championship rival Martin Lauer. Look at his slip up the inside, around the outside maybe of turn 1. It would be dangerous going into this, but DRS will help. Monds is going for it, but can he get around the outside of turn 1? I don't think so. Lauer retains the lead, but the man who appears to be on the move is the number 2, the championship leader, Jason Monds. Still the all-Mercedes battle up at the front. The number 3 of Lauer versus the number 2 of Monds. Looks like Mike Mark might be... No. It just looks like he got out wide. Looked like he might have been lining up something, but that's not the case. Still comfortably in 5th place. Quintus Gillespie has stopped on track. The car must have died. A terrible deal for the Mercedes driver, who has been really coming along lately in making his own maybe title run, but you gotta think that a DNF here will be a huge hindrance to that. Lauer still with the lead as we head on to lap number 3. Monds again setting up for an outside run into corner 1. It looks like he has got it this time, but he's got a long way to go on that turn. And indeed, it will still be Martin Lauer in the lead in the AMG Mercedes over the US or the Eurotronics Mercedes of Jason Monds. Alessio Bonis is starting to put the pressure onto the 3rd place car of Wes Stokes, but nothing too bad yet. Quintus Gillespie is running again, so it looks like the car did not die. Something to do with internet connection, I imagine. But he is still in there, and he's actually overtaken Rick Martel for 6th place. Although he appears to have stopped again. Mercedes still proving that it is the car to beat in the Weekday series. Jason Monds, Martin Lauer, been pretty much the class of the field. Quintus Gillespie, as said, has been recently putting up some very good results, as has Rick Martel, coming off of one of his best runs at Mid-Ohio. BMW and Audi really just relegated to a spectator role at this point after a really good start for Audi as well. But the absence of Carl Raggio has definitely hurt the Audi chances. Championship contender, the reigning champion, unable to return to defend his crown in the DTM era. Was here for only the first couple of rounds. Still leading the way, it's still Martin Lauer. A little bit of a moment there for Wes Stokes, but nothing doing on Alessio Bonis trying to make a move. Mike Marks still tagging on to the end of it. Further back, it's Rick Martel in 6th place, kept accompanied by Mark Klapzul in 7th. Mike Magasevich is 8th. 9th, Dule Markovic, and Quintus Gillespie has pulled it into the pits after some struggling problems with a technical issue. Lauer is still unable to shake the championship leader and his teammate, Jason Monds. Mike Mark is falling off the back end of this a little bit. Wes Stokes and Alessio Bonis are falling off the back of the Mercedes in a battle for 3rd. So this 5-way fight is slowly becoming a pair of 2-way fights, and then Mark kind of more or less on his own in 5th. Once again, Monds is looking to this outside line, but I don't see this pass working. I think he needs to find a different area of the track to really go for it. No changes positionally throughout the field as we're now on lap 5. The men who might be on a mission, though, are Jason Monds in 2nd place and Alessio Bonis in 4th place. They both have the pressure on against their respective opponents here, Martin Lauer and Wesley Stokes. Pressure on again, but again it's this first turn attempt at a pass that I just don't think really has any kind of real hope of making it stick. Monds gets very, very close in here, but as Martin Lauer has the lead, he gets to pick the line, the most efficient line, and say, you're going to have to go around me. And Monds, championship leader, judicious as always, he's not going to just go for the torpedo. Alessio Bonis, he's been away for a little bit, missed Mid-Ohio. He's here to try to make up some desperate ground in the championship, currently ranked 3rd. 4th in this race, putting the pressure on Wesley Stokes, who's been part of a bit of a BMW resurgence as of late. BMW started the season quite poorly. They've been finding their pace as the season goes on. Definitely been the best at developing their car and setups. And they're really in a good fight now with Audi for 2nd place, I think. But I don't know if they can really touch Mercedes. And around the outside goes Alessio Bonis. That is a ballsy move and a beautiful move to make it work. Bonis moves on to the podium. Once again, heading into the first corner of lap 7, we again have the pressure on for the lead. Can Monds do it this time? This has been a repeating of like almost every lap, and he can get ahead. He's ahead here. He gets it. He gets it. I did not think that the pass could happen there into turn 1, but Jason Monds proving me wrong, proving why he is the creme de la creme of the grid and why he is the championship leader. Can Can Martin Lauer make a little bit of a comeback? Is it a slipstream thing? Is it a DRS thing? Does he really have the pace to actually keep with his Mercedes teammate? We're going to find out. Bonis in third, fourth for Stokes, fifth for Mike Mark. Sixth is Rick Martel, seventh place is Mark Labzul, eighth is Michael Magsevich, ninth is Dule Markovic, and Quintus Gillespie is parked in the pit lane out of this race. The good side, he will start on pole for race 2. And Monds appears to have successfully pulled away a little bit, but mind you, that looks like that still might be DRS range. And if Lauer can get DRS, he might be able to start making comeback. There's the DRS. So he is in range. He is riding it into corner 1. Definitely won't get him by at this point, but look for him to perhaps be close enough on the backstretch or maybe into lap number 8 to have enough room to possibly make the move. Or make at least a stab at a move. It's Mercedes, Mercedes, Audi, BMW, BMW, Mercedes, BMW, Audi, and BMW at the moment. Makes up your 9 running car. Audi, the understrength team, with just 2 cars here for this round. 4 BMWs and Mercedeses. Although we are down to 3 Mercedeses actually running with the absence of Quintus Gillespie. And 2 of them are in this fight for the lead. Jason Monds versus Martin Lauer. I don't really know if there's any legs on this fight, though, as Lauer has kind of failed to stick with Monds. Let's see if he's still in DRS range here. He'll be riding DRS from the prior lap there. That's a prior lap activation. We'll see if he's probably still in range, but he doesn't appear to be any closer than he was on last lap, which makes me think that he doesn't really have what it takes, because Jason Monds has historically been the gap manager. He doesn't feel the need to sprint on every lap to try to put distance in. He knows where his car is, where it is relatively, and he knows exactly how fast he has to go. Mike Mark starting to put some pressure on Wes Stokes for the top BMW spot of 4th place. Mike Mark in the number 13 there, and the inverse 31 of Wes Stokes. Respectively, the Ice Watches car and the Puma car. I think that's probably the closest battle we have on the circuit right now. Mark seems to definitely be the faster one. I mean, keep in mind that, Wes Stokes was up in 3rd place, had quite a gap, and now he's got his teammate right on his back end. So I would have to say that the faster of the BMWs is the number 13 car. Can he make a move, though? As we've seen, moves have been very much at a premium at this racetrack. Mark tucks in behind him as they head to corner 1. Now, does he go for it? Does he go for an aggressive torpedo? Does he set up for an outside run? Doesn't look like anything. I thought about it. Thought about it very late. By then, I don't think there was nearly enough time. Oh, but Wes Stokes loses it! He gets out of shape, and Mike Mark's going to get the free 4th place. And the problem now is that Rick Martel is going to be up into the top 5 for Mercedes, and past goes Mark Klapzul as well. Not sure Mike Bagasevich is really anywhere near the back of this. He has not had the pace. There he is in the background. You can see him coming in. But he will not be able to demote Wes Stokes any further. Back at the front, Jason Monds has opened up a fair gap. Looks pretty safe now. Martin Lauer's problems are now in his rearview mirror. And realistically, we're putting it this way, more of his concern in the championship is to try to keep 2nd place, I think, at this point. Again, he is over 70 points behind Monds in the title hunt. It's only a 60-point gap back to the man chasing him, Alessio Bonis. And Bonis has got the pace. It's just a matter of being here with the budget and being able to actually be on the grid for the Italian driver. who is rocking DRS right now. This is gonna make it a moment. Lauer lost the lead at this very same turn. Doesn't look like Bonis had quite enough there, but he'll tuck in, get some more DRS, and maybe set up for something on lap 11. We'll stick with this battle for second place for now, though I feel like there will be some action for fifth place before this race is done. Wes Stokes may be looking at a comeback run. Bonis looking to break up the Mercedes 1-2 and get the Audi up to number 2 on the podium. He, of course, had a very good start to the season. It's been a bit rough since. You have to wonder how much of the development of that car was driven by Carl Raggio, who, of course, has been absent for a couple of rounds now. Bonis and Ben Schwarry being asked to largely lead the contingent now. And a bigger role for the likes of Mike Magasevich certainly has become a thing. Oh! Well, there goes the hope for second place for Bonis. He lost it. And I don't believe that he's going to have anywhere near enough time to get back onto the back of Martin Lauer. Mike Mark, 4th. Rick Martel, Klapzul, Stokes, Magasevich, Markovic. Everything looks pretty safe and set. As we come to an end here of race 1 at Indianapolis, Jason Monds is your winner, extending his championship lead even further in the Weekday Series. Second place for Martin Lauer. It might have been better than third for Alessio Bonis, but he lost it on the last lap. He'll take third. A pretty good return, though, for him to get back on the podium. Mike Mark takes 4th place. 5th place for Rick Martel, who continues a pretty solid run of top 5 finishes for the Mercedes team. Mark Klapzul 6th, Wesley Stokes 7th. He definitely has to be thinking there was more in it for him, but he will start from P4 in race 2 and have a chance to really make some differences. Mike Magasevich 8th. Dule Markovic finishes in 9th. He'll start on the front row with that man, the number 34 of Quintus Gillespie, who could not make it to the end of the race. So that's all from race number 13 of the Weekday Series. I hope everyone enjoyed. Not the most action-packed race. Indianapolis doesn't necessarily lend itself to that. But we'll be back with more action later.